You're watching Ascended Masters 101, where we talk all about the teachings of the Ascended Masters. On the docket for today is a discussion of Strategy of Darkness number 2, as well as the Strategy of Light that counteracts it. This strategy is the second of many tricks and ploys that our lower selves and the demons and devils of the dark side try to use on us to keep us from making spiritual progress. Now, if this is new to you, I invite you to watch the two-part introduction to this playlist called The Strategies of Light and Darkness and Hierarchies of Light and Darkness to get a quick orientation, and then join us back here in our discussion on Strategy of Darkness number 2. So, Strategy of Darkness number 2 is separation from hierarchy. This is quite similar to Strategy number 1, which was separation from the body of God. In fact, so much so that they are discussed in tandem in Strategies of Light and Darkness, which is the book that we'll be referencing for this series. They are, however, slightly different, so let's talk about that. The attempt by the false hierarchy in this strategy is to cut off the spiritual seeker, which is you or I, from the line of cosmic hierarchy, which immediately makes you wonder, what is cosmic hierarchy? We mentioned in the orientation video that there are 33 levels of heaven, and that as you ascend up the levels, they increase in glory, in the intensity of light, in frequency, and in godliness. Essentially, as you ascend the levels of the heaven world, you draw nearer and nearer to God. Now, occupying these levels is a vast hierarchy of light beings that are collectively known as the Great White Brotherhood. The word white doesn't refer to race, but to the halo or the aura of white light that surrounds their forms. I'll name some of these groups of beings just so you can hear these names, because some of these groups of beings are very, very holy, and we are graced through the teachings of the Ascended Masters to even know about their existence. So included in the cosmic hierarchy are solar logoi, Elohim, sons and daughters of God, ascended and unascended masters with their circles of chelas, and chelas is a term that's similar to student, cosmic beings, the 12 solar hierarchies, the 4 and 20 elders, the saints robed in white, the 2 witnesses, archangels and angels of the sacred fire, children of the light, nature spirits called elementals, and twin flames. There are more, but we'll leave it there. And that's from Ascended Master Encyclopedia. If you'd like to learn more, I'll post a link for you below. So, the cosmic hierarchy is the way in which God steps down the presence and power of his consciousness so that everyone, from the least unto the greatest, can discover the depths of his love bit by bit in gradations. And this is important because if you or I would be transported to a high level of heaven right now, we probably wouldn't be able to tolerate and handle the immense amount of light and love and high vibration of that level. We have to grow into it. So this is why there are gradations. And you can only go as high in the levels of heaven as your attainment allows you to go. So you and your level of attainment determine where you are placed in the ladder of life called hierarchy. And there are specific criterion for how your attainment is measured, but that's a topic for another video. So numberless numbers of souls have been climbing the ladder of hierarchy, this ladder of increasing levels of spiritual advancement, of light and love and closeness to God for hundreds of thousands of years. And they have become beings of incredible light and love whose halo or aura of light encompasses worlds and systems of worlds. I live out in the country where the air is really clear, and at night you can see just so many stars. And sometimes I look up and I think about how some of the stars are light years beyond me, and some are closer, just like the beings who have gone before me in the chain of hierarchy. But they all reach out their light and the merriment of their twinkling to me, and it's as if they're saying, We see you, we love you, and we're here to light your way. And that's always such a comfort to me. And the good thing is that this isn't just a nice thing to think on a starry night, whether it's true or not. It is true. The Ascended Masters explain to us that we are not just neutral observers of these beings of light, of this hierarchy, but that we are intimately a part of them. We are a part of what is called the chain of hierarchy. No one makes it to God alone. We all need the helping hand of those who are above us in the chain of hierarchy. So this hierarchy is connected all the way up and down the ladder by deep bonds of friendship and of enduring love, of the relationship between teachers and their disciples, between gurus and their chelas. And as the disciples grow in their spirituality, it's the relationship between them and their students. In fact, we all have a place, a spot in the chain of hierarchy. We look up to and learn from those who are above us, and we help light the way to those who are coming up behind us. The Ascended Masters have described the chain of hierarchy as a rope that goes up the mountain of God, and we are all walking up the mountain, holding on to the rope. And we depend on those above us to stay the course. And those below us depend very much on us and our spiritual progress so they can see our humble lantern along the way and follow in our footsteps. And this makes sense. Think of how much we lean on and depend on the incredible example that Jesus set for us. And we know that Jesus himself leaned upon one whom he called Father. In fact, the Ascended Masters explain that Jesus was and is a part of a very special lineage of teachers and disciples. This lineage is known as the hierarchy of the Ruby Ray. It is made up of 4 incredible Ascended Masters. First comes Sanat Kumara, known as the Holy of Holies. He is the guru or the teacher of Gautama Buddha. Gautama Buddha, in turn, is the guru of Lord Maitreya, the one whose name means loving kindness. And Lord Maitreya is the guru of Jesus Christ. Lord Maitreya is the one whom Jesus called Father. These 4 very special Ascended Masters teach us, the children of the light and the sons and daughters of God, and they teach us about what is called the path of the Ruby Ray, which is a path of an intense and a holy love that brings us more quickly to our own ascension or our graduation from Earth's schoolroom. And we learn not only from these masters, but from others as well. If you'd like to learn more about the ascension, click on the link I'll post in the description below. There is so much more to say about all of this, but what I hope you take away from this is that you are intimately connected to a vast lineage of your own spiritual family of friends, mentors, and gurus. And because of this, you never need to feel alone or disconnected ever again. But trying to make us feel that way is the second strategy of the false hierarchy, to try to separate us from our spiritual lineage and our support system. They will try to cut us off, to make us forget and to make us feel alone and disconnected from God. So the strategy of light that counteracts all of this is quite simple. It is simply to reconnect with hierarchy, to remember that you are a crucial and a very much loved link that is a part of a huge chain of spiritual support. To remind you of this, you can even just draw a picture of a chain on a sticky note and put it by your bed or on your mirror. And just like with strategy of light number 1, reading about the Ascended Masters and angels and saints who have gone before you can help you to plug in again to your spiritual heritage and feel that sense of belonging and worthiness that is so natural to your soul. And that is strategy of light and darkness number 2. I hope that this was of service to you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. I'll see you there.